Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest is a back-to-back Academy Award-nominated actor starring in a new film entitled Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. It opens January 25th. Please welcome Jeremy Renner, everybody. How you doing?
I'm excellent.
I was looking over this stuff this afternoon about your film career. Now, you were directed in a movie, Hurt Locker. That was your first Academy Award nomination?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
By Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah.
Who, this year, her film, Zero Dark 30, was nominated for Best Picture.
That it was.
And then after that, your second nomination, Town, directed by Ben Affleck.
Yes.
His picture this year,
Argo,
also nominated for an Academy Award
Very
for
happy
Best
for
Picture.
him.
Oh, how about
Fantastic.
that?
Yeah,
now,
fantastic.
so you're right up there where you want to be with big-time directors.
Well, I feel pretty lucky to work with tremendous talent like that.
What are the differences beyond the obvious between Ben Affleck and Catherine Bigelow? You had to make a movie tomorrow with one of them. Who would you like?
Oh man, that's like choosing your children. I don't know. It's I don't know. They work very differently. When I worked with Ben, he was acting with me the entire time.
Right.
So, but they were so similar in so many ways. They don't call action or cut. It's very fluid and creative. It's probably more communication with Ben because I was working head on head.
Did I hear you right, Jeremy? You said they don't call action or cut?
Well, I mean, the Hurt Locker, I rarely saw Catherine. The sets were square miles, and I see her at the end of the day come in with this wrap on her head and a bunch of clamshells, and she's like dust all over her. I'm like, hey, how are you? And then with Ben, he was in the scene with me, so yeah, we just kind of start doing stuff.
Clamshells?
Well, yeah, the clams, she was busy, she was hungry. No. Clamshells are the small little video screens that you can watch
see,
all four
I'm a
cameras.
civilian. I don't know what you're talking
Yes,
about.
right, exactly.
Now tell me about you and your buddy. I think this is fantastic. This is the kind of thing I wish I knew how to do. And are you a licensed contractor? Let me ask you that first.
Yeah, no.
You're not a licensed contractor?
No.
But you work with a contractor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the contractor hires all the subs for you?
Or we have a lot of subs that we've worked with in the past that we use.
Would you ever think about getting your contractor's license?
That sounds like a commercial. Get your state contractor's
Why
license.
not?
I don't know. I'm kind of busy.
Well, let's tell people. Well, that's the beauty of this program.
Right? I mean,
You can do it in your spare time.
But yeah, I would like to.
You and your buddy, at some point in your nascent acting careers,
Yeah.
decided we need a little something to make some money and kill some time. And what did you guys decide to do?
Yeah, we both came into it just a little bit of money. Actually, I just had a contract for a movie. I didn't have the money yet, and we were able to pool our money together just to get a house, so we weren't paying rent and just having the money go away.
So you and your buddy said, okay, let's put our money in
a house. Yeah,
not a
my
bad idea.
Best friends, and we're like, cool. And then we just fixed it up a little bit, and then someone offered us twice as what we paid for it.
Right.
So we figured, heck, man, people kind of dig what we're doing here. I guess we continued that and just went on. It's 20 houses later.
You've done it 20 different times, 20 different properties.
Yeah.
What kind of properties do you look for in a house to buy?
In L.A., it lacks in history, so I try to find really wonderful architectural homes with some Hollywood history to it, at least. That it's not the best business plan because it's easier just to scrape something and build new. But I'd rather keep on to something that has a lot of great stories in it and history in it. So we revamp them.
Okay, so from the time you and your buddy, is he also an actor?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not George Clooney, is it?
No.
So from the time you guys spot a property you want to work on
Yeah.
till the completion date, what are we talking about here?
3 months to a year and a half, depends on the house and how much work to be done.
Yeah. Have you ever taken a bath on one of these deals?
Not once. We
You've
got
always
very
made
lucky.
money flipping
Always,
one of these
yeah. Even during the downtimes in the market, we got very lucky.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is?
But we live in the structures while we do it. It's not the smartest thing to do because you're without power and water for a while.
No, that's.
So you have to find locations that have toilets, and you have to go to like the gym to shower and that sort of thing.
So you and your buddy buy the house, move into it while you're renovating,
and then start tearing it apart.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and with the sleeping bags and the whole thing. So if a year of doing that, it's kind of
Anybody
terrible.
who's ever done any remodeling, any construction, new or old, knows that it's a nightmare. It's a screaming nightmare.
Yeah.
How do you guys get around the nightmare aspect of remodeling?
We're on the same page with a lot of things, and there's so much responsibility, and there's no time to really argue. I mean, there's been a few arguments over the 20 that weren't very good, but for most part, overcome the obstacles because we have a lot ahead of us.
Can I ask you the price range we're talking about here?
It all depends. I mean, the first house was like, 500,000, and now it's upwards of 5 million. And the last one my partner built is on the market. It's a beautiful deco structure for 25 million.
$25 million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Whoa.
Right?
And again, it's none of my business, but what did your buddy pay when he bought the property that's now selling for $25 million?
It was probably around 7-ish, and they dumped a load into it. And
wow.
Yeah, you pay like a lot of money for something that's falling down.
Yeah. Is it near a
crazy.
school?
I imagine so. Yeah. It's in Holmby Hills. It's in a really posh.
Who can afford a $25
I don't.
million
This is probably going to be someone's third home, Dave. Sadly, it's crazy. Truly.
Yeah, vacation.
And they're not even going to live there. It's people when they have money. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. Now, you must enjoy this kind of work, right? What do you know about construction?
Yeah. I mean, traveling a lot. I love architecture, and to me, it's always been something that's a tangible art form for me. And there's a sense of pride in knowing that providing a lifestyle. We feel like we don't build homes or remodel homes or flip houses or anything. We provide lifestyles for people, and people want to live like we seemingly live. So it's the details of everything from the fabric on the couches to the curtains to everything, and just how it's all done up.
Now, when the furnace blows up, do they call you?
No, man, I don't give him my number.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
I'll give him your number.
No.
Call Dave,
Fine,
man.
but why is it always my fault? Now, this movie, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, this picks up where the fairy tale leaves off. Am I right about that?
Something like that, yeah. It's something fun I want to kind of go do a movie that's not so intense. And I love the idea of taking what the fable, what the fairy tale is, of like leaving Hansel and Gretel in the forest. And by the way, Dave, I don't know if you... For me, this is not something you want to read to your child.
No,
right?
I agree completely.
So as I reread it, I felt like maybe that's why I need therapy, because this was read to me when I was a child. It's terrible, but you're left in the forest to die.
Right, the witch lures the kiddies.
Lures them in with the gingerbread house.
The gingerbread house. Come to the gingerbread house.
Yeah, they eat the house.
They eat the house.
Try to fatten them up, throws them in the thing, try to stir them up, try to eat the kids.
Yeah,
they kill or throw in the oven. The end. Night-night, kids. Sweet dreams, sweetheart.
Whoa.
So we take that, and we don't change it. We're like, awesome. Well, now what are they doing 15 years later?
15
They didn't have therapy back in those days, so they're just very angry.
Yeah.
And they become witch hunters.
What era is this? Where is what time period is the
Well,
fairy
it's
tale?
fantasy land. I mean, there's sort of a medieval sort of time, but there's very contemporary sort of humor to it, and action set pieces and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's take a look at a clip. Do you know what this is going to be, Jerry?
I think it's when Hansel and Gretel discover the very house that got them in trouble in the first place.
Have you guys thought about working in gingerbread?
No, I don't think there's a lot of money in it.
If you put up a gingerbread house, you're writing your own ticket there. Well, I hope you get another Academy Award nomination. I mean, every time you go out, you get an award. That would be fantastic.
This is for entertainment, Dave. This is entertainment.
Opens January 25th. It's Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, which is what I've always suspected. This is Jeremy Renner. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good to
brother.
have you here.
Really good to see you.